Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Local, a local music interview podcast. My name is Justin Blankenship, and today I'll be interviewing the band Sox and Sandals. Before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You can find us at patreon.com/letstalklocalwv. Today we'd like to thank Rose Johnson. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
This is fine. We're now entering Legs Crossed Conversations with Justin Blankenship.
Hello, we're here at Legs Crossed.
I'm sitting here with 3/4 of Sox and Sandals. If you guys want to go around and introduce yourself, you can go ahead and do that.
Hello.
You go first.
Hello, I am Peto McDaniel, and I do bass guitars.
Who are you?
Me, I am Devin McDaniel and play the percussion instrument drums.
I'm Joe Parsons, and I do the sing, and I play a guitar in the rhythm.
And Peyton and Devin, you guys switch off every once in a while,
We
right?
used to.
You used to? You don't do that?
We don't really do that anymore. It
Okay.
was just kind of an experimental time.
Yeah.
And by the way, Tom Cavendish, love you dearly. He's not here with us today. He's being his mysterious self.
He's a mysterious man, Tom is. Though, they used to switch off a little bit in a couple songs, but, you know, like, Devin's original instrument is the drums.
Yeah.
Peyton's original instrument, well, not really, Peyton was a guitarman, but he played bass and noise and played a lot of bass and stuff, so we switched and had Peyton do the drums. And that was still pretty cool. It worked out really, really well, but now when they've gone back to their original instruments, it's like, brought everything way more together because they
More natural.
they like had time on those other instruments, so it makes everything kind of more fluid.
It was a fun experiment,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Everybody's in the comfortable shoes now.
I'm glad to be back home. Back home.
Let's start out with a couple questions just to set the mood.
Yeah.
So, if you guys could collab with anyone, live or dead, who would it be?
Ooh, let's go around the. Let's go around.
yeah.
You go first.
Oh.
Give me time to think.
Okay, all right. I'm
man.
gonna do one because I'm simple. Honestly, like I don't know enough about music that has happened. I do know that most of the great music has already come out already, but I'm still in my musical awakening currently and finding out the things that I really, really like. But there's currently a band based out of Portland, Maine called Weekend Friends that I'm obsessed with. And if there was anybody that we could like really collab with, it would be them. I've been to a couple of their shows lately, and I've been listening to their stuff, and everything they do live, like, they're kind of awkward, but it's, like, really, really fun to watch and be a part of. So if there was somebody for me, they are alive. I'm sure there's all kinds of people that are not coming to mind.
Well, what about a dead person?
Well, he said alive
or dead.
You don't have to choose both, but you
I
can if you
can
want
choose
to.
both. All right. Well, okay. Well, okay. All right. This one is probably an obvious one, and I imagine you guys would say it too. Though our own self-hatred, I think, makes us think that we're not worthy. Yeah, it's Nirvana. I would love
Nirvana.
to just like if like, oh yeah, Kurt Cobain, even if he just came and like listened and was like, no, you guys suck. This is bad. I don't like it. Be like, thanks, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that's too boss of stuff for me. All right, hurry up. Somebody else say something.
Yeah, you. What's
stop.
your?
Okay, so if I could say one alive or dead, okay, both. Okay, let's see. Alive, Courtney Barnett,
Oh yeah.
and dead as
He can't make a decision.
Probably
He's
like-
the obituaries.
probably like Jim Morrison,
There you
maybe.
Okay, that's sick.
For sure.
I would probably. I'm a huge Tool fan, as most people, my friends, close family, would probably.
I thought about that option, but
I would definitely want to collab with Maynard from Tool.
Yeah.
Because everything that guy touches turns to gold.
I thought about that one, but
As far as dead, maybe. I don't know.
You don't have to choose both.
You don't have to do it. It was honestly,
Peyton's
it
rule.
was supposed to just be one,
Yeah.
either alive or dead, but we got crazy.
But I'm a pretty
Dead
generous
or
host,
dead.
so
I kind of wish I could play just drums for Hassel Atkins. His band.
Hell yeah.
That would be fun.
that would be
Especially around here, they would dig it.
adding a little bit of local vibe to the
Mm-hmm.
to the question.
there's so many,
Respect.
too many.
Yeah, we can sit here and talk about that.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Ever.
We were talking earlier about Katy Perry.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you guys. What kind of music do you guys listen to that people wouldn't expect you to listen to from listening
that's a good question.
to what you guys play?
Go?
Oh,
Peyton, you go. You have
No,
a good one.
wait,
I know
wait.
you do.
Well, I'm trying to think about some of the CDs I've owned in recent years that nobody would think
I want to
that
talk about Peyton, which is like that sick, like really like almost like soft jazz kind of stuff. I don't know if that's exactly it, but you know what
I don't
I'm
think
saying.
that's really like a guilty pleasure though. I think.
Well, I mean, we're
That's
just
not
talking
good
like.
enough. Just it's a
Yeah,
little
I don't
unexpected.
personally. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Like, I don't think you should be guilty about any music that you listen to.
Okay, well then, yeah, I guess, yeah, like the lounge New York
Yeah.
jazz stuff.
Oh,
It's kind of cool.
Good.
There's
Or, like,
a
there's
guy.
a lot of Japanese jazz people that are doing. And there's from like records from like the '70s that are really cool. I found.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Richard Cheese who does lounge covers of like rock songs, and he's really cool.
I know Dick Cheese.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
First thing that comes to mind is Lady Gaga.
Whoa.
For sure.
Yeah,
I thought you would say Lord.
Yeah, actually, that is
Lord,
a good one.
I really like Lord too.
Lady Gaga is a good one.
But less outlandish. Like there's something else that comes to mind is this band that me and Peyton found years ago called Acid Witch. Scary doom metal. And I guess that would be one that some people wouldn't expect to catch me listening.
Isn't it the one where like you open the CD and in the inside it says "Get stoned and listen to like Acid Witch" or
That's
this
a-
album?
Now, is that something that do you think is fun to listen to, or is that something you genuinely just
I haven't listened to
Like,
that
I
musically
recently-
enjoy?
Wow.
I recently was painting a battlefield scene with skeletons on it, and I was switching back and forth between Metallica and Acid Witch.
Nice. For those of you who don't know, Devin McDaniel is also an artist.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I'm not really an artist.
He paints.
I paint things.
Oh, here I'll do mine real quick too. The only one I could really think of, just like based off like how we play stuff and the songs that we do, and how I'm kind of like yelling most of the time and just like being all weird and jumping around and stuff. But I love The Devil Makes Three. Like
Definitely. Yeah.
That's like that was like I think what was it? Do Wrong Right was like one of the first songs I learned on guitar, and Toe was one of the first ones that Sox kind of did as like our first like cover.
Just jamming around.
Yeah, we jammed around on that. There's like a recording of us ending that, and everybody just yelling like "Hell yeah, Bob!" Like getting all excited. It's like, okay, maybe we'll
We
keep doing.
really
some
didn't
of
know
this.
where we were going with this at first.
We were supposed to be a funk band.
Just funk,
What? Well, I mean,
psychedelic.
Well, you
crazy.
weren't there for it. It was me and Devin working at Bridge, and we were like,
oh yeah.
we would listen to like, what was it? We listened to, we listened to Cool in the Gang radio, and we would just be like
That's
washing
sick.
dishes, doing food prep, and we'd be like, maybe we should jam after work, like, because I
Yeah,
don't
I
play
remember
with anybody.
that.
Yeah, dude, we were like,
Yeah, 'cause
let's try to be a funk band. Let's make something goofy on the side, because you were still in noise.
Oh,
and-
that's true. Yeah.
So we were supposed to originally be a funk band, but have become this.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the listeners, go home, or you might be home already, but check out Hiromi Hosono, the album Pacific, and have a beer and kick back and just relax.
Order a CD for $75.
Yeah.
It would be a one-time payment.
So let's talk a little bit about the music. Your guys' last record was also your first record.
First, and
Technically first too, because you guys did a double EP.
Some
Yeah.
people could say that, I suppose.
it was all an accident.
It really was a huge accident. Pretty much the band was an accident. We had like some goofy names. Like I think the main one we were gonna call it before we settled on "It'll Probably Be Fine," which happened in this room over there next to that dismantled fan. Was we were gonna call it Creme. We're just gonna call it Creme because we've not heard many people say the word Creme.
Yeah.
And we wanted to hear as many people as we could say, "Oh, Creme" by Sox N. Sandels.
Yeah.
We thought it would be funny to hear people say that.
Yeah.
Just to hear them say the word crime.
But no,
That's a good one though.
we were recording over here, and we were just like playing around with Peyton's tape recorder after we had already recorded what is now part 2 with Tyler Cooper in the Bonner Garage in Huntington, which sounded really, really great. We had no problems with it. We didn't really want to add anything else, but we played a song called Demonic Tax Return, which is on part 1 of the EP, and we got to the end, and we don't really have great equipment here, so it was just me playing an electric guitar into headphones to Devin while he played drums, and that's what we were recording was the drums. So like, we did that, we got to the end, and there was a little tiny goof, like a timing mess up, but the last thing you hear in the recording of that is me say, it'll probably be fine. And we moved on.
And you can hear it.
It was
and
not fine.
You can hear
It
Devin's.
was absolutely not fine. We had to scrap that whole recording and start over.
No, I still have it, but still.
Okay, Peyton still has it, but
It's not
we did
public.
not
I have all
use
I have
it.
all
None of
the
the
all
people-
the.
For a small payment of $99.99, you can get that recording
Yeah,
from
I
Peyton
have
McDaniel.
$99.99. But no, that's really how it happened. Was just like a little goof after we were just like playing around with the tape recorder to see how it worked. We laughed so hard about that. Couldn't really fix that one, but when we recorded all the songs on part one, which is like pretty much a way softer, like that's the soft one, and the other one's kind of a little more rock and roll and things like that. But yeah, like that kind of started it, and it didn't really make sense. We were like, we're about to put this thing out. We've got more songs that we've been writing. Let's just keep it all on one. Let's not spread it out and just make it look like we've done so much. Like, let's just take these 12 songs, let's split them up, let's do them how we want, and let's just put our debut effort out there. Let's just show what we've done, everything that we've tried so far. And I really think it turned out pretty good. Like I said, we like to hate on ourselves a lot, but I think we're all pretty proud of what's happened from It'll Probably Be Fine.
For not spending a whole lot of money and
Very, 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 very cheap budget.
It was a cheap budget, especially for you, Peyton. But we had a guy.
I bought that tape machine for like $50 off eBay with the record button broken. I just fixed the button.
But we had a guy from Boston that was played in a band Zenoise, or still plays in a band Zenoise, do the album art. And what was super cool about it was we had made a little bit of money from shows, not much by any means, but what we had made, we were able to pay an artist from Boston that we knew fairly well, hey, we're going to take this money that we've made from doing quote-unquote art and give that to you for your actual art and use that as our album art. And it was it's kind of like keeping the art funds in the family, you know what I mean?
And keeping it indie.
Keeping it indie.
Is that a new saying?
That's the next album name.
Is that a new?
Indie, that is gross.
You're welcome.
I want to call our next album Gross Cup.
I remember listening to the new EP for the first time all the way through, and that was kind of the feeling that I got. The first part is the more softer, kind of warm vibe, and the second part from where it was more professionally recorded.
See, we didn't really plan that either. Like he was saying, we kind of took so long putting what is part two, which was the first stuff that we recorded. We took so long putting that together and had kept writing newer stuff, and that newer stuff just happened to be on the softer side. And so we went heavy and then kind of soft, and now we're kind of balancing back out to make more new stuff.
And that's the thing, even some of the things that are what we consider softer on part one, because part one recorded second, but it seemed softer and was on tape, so we're we'll call it part one to build you up to part two. But the things that were recorded on it, they seem softer, but when we play them live, they sometimes get just as wild.
It's not the same. It's not the same as the recording, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's why these live shows are so much fun. And I've never got to play in a band before. This is my first one, and it's so much fun taking these songs out. These shows are literally the most fun I've had in my life. And even the ones, I don't care if there's two people there.
Yeah.
There have been, we drove to New Hampshire to play with our friends in Zenoise. Justin, who's in Zenoise, made the album art for It'll Probably Be Fine. And we played to 8 people.
Yeah.
We drove 12 hours. We played for 8 people. No shame in this. That was one of the most fun things we've ever done.
It was an adventure.
It really was.
It rained hard the entire time.
And halfway up on the way, I got kind of sick, and I was in the back seat, and I was I'm weird. I feel weird. They're all just what are you talking about?
Had been awake and just we'd been just driving for so long, and when he said I'm weird, I feel weird. We were 2 hours from, or no, we were
an hour away or something, 50, an hour. It was Yeah.
So
Yeah,
hard.
It's
because-
like we had started to become delirious. We'd been in the car so long that when he said that, something finally a little bit funny happened.
It was like,
and it was just a great laugh.
It's like,
Yeah,
what
it was
do you mean
a-
you're weird?
Yeah, and it sucked for me
I'm
because
weird.
like halfway through, like almost there, like I had like miraculously like formed a cold within myself, and was just getting like having like cold stuff happen.
It was great.
And it was like I'm weird. I feel weird.
That was a super fun one.
You guys said you started out as a funk band, but like, that was like your inspiration to start.
Well,
Mm.
clearly, music was like the inspiration. You know, like that vague nothingness of
Yeah.
I want to do music. Like that's for me, especially since I was very young. I had very misguided attempts at going for a life in music, which revolved around like choir and show choir and things like that. And they were fun. They were okay for the time, but like, no, I think listening to like Courtney Barnett and like way more Nirvana than I ever have, and a band called Wallpaper, and just like, because I listened to like, no offense, I listened to like pop punk and really confusing things before this. I didn't know what I liked.
I liked
had-
Asking Alexandria in like 2013.
That's See that's Like I was really confused. That's why I'm saying I'm like in my musical awakening.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Devin and Peyton showed me music I'd never heard of, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. But also we were listening to Cool in the Gang.
Yeah.
So it was like,
There's
let's
nothing
do
wrong with
Yeah, I
Cool
mean
in the
for
Gang.
me, like
Not
I
at all.
always knew what the good stuff was because I had like Devin and like some people around, but I was into some pretty weird stuff there in like 7th grade. It was getting pretty weird.
I spent a few years in noise, and during noise, I was just the drummer. When we started up, I found a new love and actually surprised myself at how I could put stuff together. I'm not even really a guitar player, but found it was really kind of cool to just come up with a little riff and put lyrics that came from my soul. Became, something that meant something to me, and then
Well, not all of them, but
not all of them.
a lot of them are just like napkin lyrics.
So yeah,
But
but
the lyrics are important.
you put them
I mean,
together.
you gotta have some
and they
fun,
all
too,
came
yeah.
from a certain feeling, but something I've never done before, and it's just kind of fun to do. And then Joey gets up there and sings them all, and he gets to take all the credit for it.
That's you damn right.
The weird thing is there's like a vague weird thing you can't really understand. It's like it's like you almost don't have a choice, and you feel like you want to do music stuff, and that's just kind of how it is.
I think we're just getting a view into the depths of your soul right now.
Yeah.
I'm weird. I feel weird.
I'm
weird.
I feel weird. I gotta be.
It sucks we don't have Tom here to answer some of these questions, because we would learn so much about Tom.
Yeah.
We should just need to have your question.
I'll
Just print that
I'll
off
send it
for
to
us.
you.
We'll take it to Tom.
We're gonna have a monthly Applebee's dinner. Then any resident of Charleston is allowed to come and ask Tom as many questions as he wants.
As many.
We'll have tickets.
He or she, excuse me, so
$5.
much. Yeah.
Or they.
It's $5. We're having a pancake dinner at Flapjacks.
No, but honestly, deep dark secret here. And some other people my age might say this as well, but honestly, the something that I saw that clicked in my head and was like, I want to do that, was watching Joey Jordison play drums in Slipknot.
Yeah.
I think I
too.
can do that, or at least half as good as he's doing that. You just do it.
This is kind of more personal. What's like the most meaningful song that you guys have? The song that makes you feel the most?
Well, for me, I don't think a lot of them have like a deep meaning. I think somebody just fell down the stairs outside.
Just so everybody knows, we're upstairs in the bakery right now in Sox and Sandals shared recording space. Practice space.
Somebody just broke their neck.
Yeah, there are a lot of other spaces around here where other musicians practice and record and fall downstairs. So,
But Peyton, go ahead on about how our
Yeah.
songs have no meaning.
It's got, there's no really like deep meaning for me because never really wrote a lot of the lyrics for Sox and Sandals, but
you wrote the music.
lots of music stuff that have helped add to the sickness. But it's just fun just to play the songs. To me, it's kind of how it is.
Peyton's all about the feels. He just wants to play.
And if you see him play live, you'll see him dancing harder than anyone else out there that you've ever seen.
Or maybe just standing in a corner and being weird.
just plucking on some strings.
But yeah,
Tom,
it's For me, it's about the magical, undescribable magic moment of the music.
Let's see. That's a good question. The most meaningful one. I don't know. I guess I would just have to go with My Neighborhood is Cool. Because I kind of grew up around down here and hung out down here a lot. And then I moved away to Hurricane, where I met this boy, Joey. And was working at a restaurant there for a couple of years. And then when I came back to the good city of Chucktown, I wrote this song, and it's all about the town and just what I do in it, and me riding around on a pink bicycle. And
that's another thing. Just like a quick side note, like singing the lyrics, some that Devin had written is like it's really not hard. Like these things, they don't have to be exactly about this stuff. Like the things that he's written, I've not lived in Charleston ever, but just singing the words that he's written, like, they're relatable to me now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because I'm forcing myself to like him, or he's a boss lyricist, man.
Oh, that's
For me, I think it's I've kind of got to, and it's very selfish. There are two that I've written. One is No Doubts, because this is the first song I've ever written in my life. I've never picked up a pen, but I've never like actually wrote a whole song. That was the first one. So that's cool for that reason, but the one that like means the most to me is one called I Eat As. But no, it's a big metaphor for all kinds of things, really, and the chorus is just like a lot of the choruses we do, just kind of repeating themselves, but they're doing fine on their own, is what I say over and over again, and that was about a weird relationship. The girl went away and got back with the guy, and also like all my friends in high school, like, we kind of just, most people go their separate ways. Like, I had a pretty cool friend group, but they all kind of went off on their own. Like, no one's really, I don't get to hang out with them as much anymore. And also, it's like, I don't know, there's just a lot in that song to me that I really, really like. I don't know why, but it's a fun one for me. I love playing it.
I'm glad most of you have songs that have meaning to you.
Yeah, Peyton hates us. Yeah. He thinks we suck.
Quit this band, dude.
Quit this band.
You guys are working on new stuff all the time?
Yeah, we are. We've taken like the beginning of our little, like coming out and saying, hey, we're here, and we didn't really have a lot of songs. Like we only had like 3 or 4 when we first started. We just like filled in the time with some covers and stuff. But even then, like we were working on some new things, and after we had put those together, and we had made the part 1 and the part 2 and all that stuff that happened in between, like, let's just make this one big thing. We started working on some new ones here lately. That what's crazy about it is we've written some songs like Leia that I especially like, and that's one that was written like between all of us, and Rolo Joe was written between all of us, and those are songs that I really, really like. But these new ones, like, what is it called?
they don't have titles.
They don't have titles, but they're new ones, and they're super, super fun. It's pretty much like, I wouldn't have guessed that it would be like this, but they've just come so naturally, and it's so fun to play them. I cannot wait. Hopefully in these shows coming up here soon, we'll be bringing these out, at least 3 new ones that we have.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting. And I'm sure here, within the end of the next year, within the end of 2018, we're going to have an actual full-length LP album. That's the real
LP,
LP
man.
album, man. It'll be the real deal.
Lengthened.
To add to that, I don't know if everybody has this feeling when they're writing new stuff, but I feel like this has happened to us every time we've written a new song. Is we look at each other and go, "This is the best song we've ever made," and that's how I think we feel about. I know Joey likes this Gene song, but I think that one is that one and this other one Peyton predominantly came up with are probably going to be 2 of my favorites, and I guess they could probably say the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like every time you keep coming up with new stuff, you always are really excited about it. Something you haven't played 5,000
Yeah, you're not tired of playing it yet. So, so what's touring looking for you guys? Are you guys trying to tour eventually, or?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely love to. Old Evan here has been to California and back, though, that does not stop him from. Devin pretty much does most of our booking right now, but we're currently in talks with a manager, and he's gonna manage us from now on. But Devin's really been putting together all these shows, and what is it? We're trying to go.
We're gonna start on a little like weekender. Probably just gonna kind of like venture out around the surrounding states. We have in early June like a Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, Indiana little thing going on. It's in the works. Still cooking.
Yeah, we're still fresh. We like to say what I've said many times is that we've been together for a year, but I've said that months apart. And honestly, our first show that we ever played was St. Patrick's Day in Huntington. I would consider that more our anniversary or our birthday than anything else. So we haven't hit our year mark yet.
No.
From playing shows. But touring and playing out of state and things like that are absolutely coming. We're totally trying to do that. We love Charleston, we love Huntington, we love playing around here, but still, there's fun places.
Even then, honestly, you could kind of say it wasn't until August of 2017 that anybody really probably even heard about us, because Peyton wasn't 18 until then, so we couldn't play the Glass or the Tavern or any traditional venue. Before that, we played the Press Club a few times and Locust Street.
Locust Street was a little small house venue that Devin had.
It was very sick.
Locust Street
was fun.
Yeah, that I kind of miss it.
I played there once, and it was the best show that I've played so far.
That was a fun time.
It really was.
That day. That actually, there was the anniversary of that on Facebook, like
Really?
today or yesterday or something. That just hit its year.
I didn't have
mark
any
when
posts from that show on my Facebook, so it didn't
Ah.
pop up on. So we're sitting here in you guys' practice space.
Yeah.
What's the creative process look like for you guys? Like, is it very analytical and scientific, or
A
do you
lot
guys
of
just
arguing.
sit around and bang on stuff until something comes out?
I mean, kind of just happens.
Usually, I think what happens is I'll either have a riff, Peyton will have a riff, or Joey will have a riff, or maybe a complete song and lyrics, and then we'll just get in here and we'll just start playing it, and Tom kind of does Tom stuff.
Does what he wants.
Literally what we call it every time. It's like, and then Tom will do his Tom stuff, and that's exactly what he does.
Tom just he paints over what we
Oh, he makes it so pretty. But
Brings it all together.
the thing about like I've said, Rolo Joe, the one that we have a video for currently, is Peyton wrote the music for it, the guitar part, and then Devin wrote the verse for it, and I wrote the chorus for it. So that one is like, that's an easy way to explain, like, we really do this all together. Even if somebody brings a song to the table, like I brought the song I Eat Ass, or No Doubts, like, hey, here, I got this thing, and I played it, and then they add the drums, the bass, and then Tom adds stuff. Like, when I'm playing acoustic by myself at my house, I'm like, oh, are they really gonna like it? But then when we all play it together, it's like, what just happened? That was amazing. Like, honestly, then I'm gonna act like I'm in a separate room with these guys for a second, or a room away from them. I got lucky meeting some awesome musicians. Like, these guys are seriously so good. Like, anything I bring to them, they have something for it.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, you're welcome, my friend.
For the most part, we get in here and we just hammer out this piece of iron until it looks like a pretty little dog.
As far as the,
And then Tom comes and paints it.
yeah, as far as the new
iron
ones,
dog.
as far as the new ones though, like the new one like that I had wrote the music for, was I was very skeptical, and I'm very skeptical of all the ones that I try and create. But it's fine, I guess, because
We're working through Peyton's insecurities.
yeah, it's hard for me.
He straightened his hair today.
He did. It looks nice. So, what's your guys' favorite moment from a show that you guys have played?
Ooh, I got
Probably-
one already.
Probably the Tavern last show we played.
That's what I was gonna say. Peyton's the output jack on the Squire Jaguar, the bass that we have, kind of
It was,
came a little loose.
it was starting to short out.
It shorted. It
But
shorted
the
out
thing was,
at
we
the
got
Tavern.
to the second to last song, and it did poop out for a second, and
Peyton
then
looked at me. Hold on a second. He looked at me and said, Yeah, so no, it'll probably be fine for one more song.
Yeah.
I looked
Well,
at Devin and was like, "We got one more song." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
Well,
let's
what
do it."
happened was the second to last song. Whenever we went to play it, I did some weird thing where I was I was being weird as normal.
Yeah.
And I did this weird thing where I jumped around and I made a weird pose towards the crowd. And the strap on the top part of the bass just flapped off because I let the slack go and it was
you flamingoed and
yeah,
pulled your leg
yeah,
up?
I flamingoed and pulled my leg up and I was just doing the Karate Kid stance without kicking. And I was standing there, I was playing through the whole song and I put my foot on Joey's amp, which she was probably really mad about.
It's a beautiful amp.
And
don't do that.
I was standing on it and we got through that whole song like that. And then that's when I turned around and fixed the strap and was like, all right, well, it'll probably be fine for one more song.
It'll probably be fine.
That's right.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
it gets us into more trouble.
I keep forgetting it. Yeah.
But the thing is after that all happened and his bass pretty much, like you said, pooped out.
Yeah. So
completely.
last practice I just used a guitar and just tried to tune it down.
It's fixing out, so
all
be
over.
prepared for the next show. But the thing is that very last song we played Leia, and the bass was working well for the beginning of it, but then right when we get to a big jam part, when it's let's start getting loud, that's when the bass actually crapped out.
The bass pooped out. So then.
So what Peyton and I did was we rubbed our guitars together very heavily, but that formed around. I was like, maybe I can fix the output jack by winging the head of my guitar into it, and it didn't do anything. But we popped out. We did one more chorus, and then we finished the song, and Peyton and I both.
Just kind of just dropped him into a pile.
Casually dropped our guitar and bass into a pile.
It was kind of stupid because I thought if I shaked it really hard, violently, that it would fix the bass input. It did not. And that's about the time the song ended, so then it was just kind of
that's the kind of moment that was
drop the guitars into
it was kind of stressful as it was happening, but right when it all fizzled out and it was we put them down, it was that was okay. That was super fun. That was the best thing that could have happened at the end of the show. One goof that should have gone wrong, but it was.
It was my golden opportunity to show the crowd my butt, and I didn't get to do it.
You should have done it. But hold on, now we've talked about our mutual favorite time. What's been yours?
I don't know. It's hard to top that tavern show. That
wasn't fun.
Really.
Yeah, I was there. I missed that whole thing.
Yeah, you were there. That's right. Yeah. You didn't see that whole.
I was all the way up
there.
on the balcony, and people were crowded around the stage. So I missed that entire thing.
That was the finale.
That sounds pretty exciting. I wish I could go back in time and see it.
That was a fun show. That was a fun show.
Eventually.
Nice.
The power of technology.
It was a fun show, though. Yeah, I love all the shows.
Yeah, I looked over and there was this middle-aged woman who just looked like this look on her face, like she couldn't believe what was happening. It was.
I don't know what's going on.
She was just looking. She looked right into my eyes, and she was just kind of she reached her hand out dude, what?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's great.
What do you say? You got a favorite moment, Devin?
A favorite moment.
It's okay.
I don't know. They're all favorite moments.
Seriously though, every time we play is a blast. It's so much fun.
Definitely, and you can tell when you guys get up there that you're just kind of having fun.
Because we're cool like that.
We're so cool, man.
Too cool.
Indeed.
I don't have a favorite moment. They're all favorite. I'm going to copy out of this question.
Alright, let's get out. Back out. Back out. Next question.
Cut the last 5 minutes of this conversation.
Sounds great.
All right, so you guys do a little something unique. You guys have your own music videos that you film yourself and edit yourself and post yourself. And
that's mostly true.
Yeah, that's 50-50. The first one we did was for the song Rolo Joe. Is pretty much a cumulative right of all of us. We all wrote that one together. But yeah, that was done by our friend Jessica Bowers. She's from she lives in Florida now, but. Yeah, another person that we worked with at Bridge Cafe and Bistro in Hurricane Hollow. What do you say? And she did everything for us pretty much. Even uploaded it and everything. Made it super easy for
1080p,
us.
60 frames. We say
Very high definition. Very very cool. Absolutely for our first music video, way too good.
way too good.
It was very very good. But this one that we have that we've is for the song I Eat Ass. It's a very nice, slow song. That's really just on a DVD camcorder of just things that we've done and driven around or just done while we're at practice, like clips or some random stuff. Super, super fun to watch, though.
We've been carrying around a little camcorder for the last.
Yeah, it looks like your dad's friend's wedding from 2003 when you film on that thing. It's kind of
really
cool.
is what it
Except
is.
not a wedding.
Yeah, so it's like better than VCR quality, but it's still kind of grainy, so it's kind of cool.
But the thing is, like, even when watching it, like, it's, I don't know, it's, you gotta check it out, because it's weird. Even watching it, all the things that have happened, like, just this year, and along with the song that was recorded on tape, like, it kind of, it's like this weird nostalgic feel, like, even though it all happened this year, and just now, like, and the people we've showed it to also, like, they're like, there's something about this. Like, this is one that, we're super proud of the Rolo Joe video, but this is an exciting one to put out too. We're super pumped about this one.
Yeah, it's fun to put a video to the music too, because it's like another aspect of the song.
So I actually just got a hold of a moped
Yeah.
to put some sweet moped clips.
Clips.
in this new
Film a
music
chase scene
video.
on a moped.
It's one thing that inspires us more than anything else in this world, and that's any human being
nice
riding
moped, yeah.
A nice moped, yeah.
Do you guys have any upcoming shows?
We have it's like March 17th
shows in-
at the Black Sheep Burritos and Brews in Huntington.
Oh, that's gonna be a great one.
That is with Adele and this band called Coal Fired Bicycle from Columbus.
They're on Spotify. You can check them out.
And then, trying to think here. Early April. April's kind of a busy month for us. We've got April 7th, we're playing at Potion Castle in Morgantown.
And like you said earlier, what are we doing about tour and stuff? That's like April, and from there on is where we should be like just playing a little bit more out of town and some stuff like that. We'll absolutely be around here, but that's when you'll be able to catch us in like Louisville or just like anywhere in Kentucky and Ohio and maybe
The middle.
Indiana if we.
The middle area, kind of.
Oh, and then we've got April 13th in Columbus at Tree Bar. I don't know who's on that yet. Cold Fire Bicycle is definitely going to be one because we swap shows. The next time we're in Charleston is April 27th, and I haven't put the bill together for that.
It's
so
a secret.
any bands that might want to play with us, this is your opportunity. We've got May 19th at the Bakery, and that'll be our first time playing the Bakery because our January 13th show got snowed out.
We got big snowed out on that one.
And then, as we said before, the early June out-of-state stuff. And that's all we've got so far.
Probably
Absolutely
some
plenty
more.
coming. We
Yeah.
cannot wait.
There's always
we
the-
are. If you are around, we would absolutely love to see you out at a show. We just love meeting you folks. Anyone like Devin said, he's from Charleston, and Peyton lives in Dunbar. I'm from Hurricane, so I don't get to meet many people. So if you're around, if you're at these shows, come hang out. I would love to meet you. Make a friend out of
Yeah,
you.
we want to give you a kiss and a rub.
I look like a quiet, just awkward butthole from afar, but if you
Yes.
just come
Yeah.
talk to me, I will gladly just
Yes,
talk
you-
to you about Lady Gaga or anything else.
Yeah, Lady Gaga, like
I
as we
totally
mentioned
will.
earlier, we would talk to you about it. You don't have. It's fine.
Also,
Be
Lady
scared.
Gaga will talk to you about Devin McDaniel if you ever run into her.
She will ask about him.
Yeah, we were weekend lovers in
You're
2012.
not supposed to tell people that.
I will. I'm
The,
telling everybody right now.
That's how we got this. That's how we scored this podcast.
Yep.
And I think the song Bad Romance, that was about you, wasn't it?
Oh la la. I told you I was a fan.
Yeah.
That was so quick.
For a reason. One last thing before we finish up here. Do you guys have any advice for kids or maybe even adults that are starting out?
I'm gonna.
Just if you want to be in a band or be a musician, absolutely do it. Just go to your pawn shop or on Facebook and just get your hands on some instruments and play the hell out of them.
Play them.
And then go post your phone number on Pod Piper's bulletin board or go to an
Just
open
like
mic
Devin
and
did.
Just like I did, and you will meet people and you will continue to get better. Just don't ever give up. Just keep doing it because it is absolutely, it's not even that hard. I'm here to tell you. You just go, just
Let
go
me
and do
go
it.
ahead and use. Let me shout out to Michael Jordan. Let me steal this. I'm gonna say just do it from Nike. It's from Nike to the people. Just
Jordan's not Nike. I'm gonna go ahead and say my
Can we-
piece, which is
trying
like
to get-
Devin said. Get an instrument if you like it, and play it. Because I had guitars my whole life growing up, but I never played them. So now, I've been playing for like 2 years now, and every day I'm still learning new stuff. You never stop learning. So just keep, like, get an instrument you want to play and play it. Like Devin said, like, just play it every day. Like, just keep trying. Because there are so many days that I wish I wouldn't have just, like, sat and done nothing and played guitar, because I'd be further than I am right now.
Yeah, and you realize that, you know, the only thing that really matters is that sponsorship from Red Bull or Fender.
Well,
and
that's, you know.
No, actually, seriously, yeah, just play, just get you an instrument and play it a bunch, and if you think it's fun, you'll play it a lot all the time, then you'll just find yourself somewhere at a new place, and you'll be way better at it, and then you'll be like, this is sick, here we are.
You might think that you suck for a little while, but you would be amazed at what locking yourself in a basement for 6 months and coming out on the other side will do for you.
Advice, aka what we've done for ourselves.
We still suck, so it's
we
fine.
do suck a lot.
Tell the kids where they can find you.
You can find us at facebook.com/Sox N Sandals. You can find us at soxn.sandals, spelled SANDELS.
On Instagram.
At Instagram, that's right. We only have the Facebook and the Instagram. We'll get to Twitter one of these days.
There's Bandcamp.
That's right, yeah. Bandcamp, you can hear all of our music, and as well as Spotify. You don't even have to be a member. You can listen to it on repeat and hear Post Malone in between our songs, which is very correct of things that we sound like. So Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, that's SOXNSANDELS, as in Sox Nathaniel Sandals, the human man.
I'm glad you clarified, because there's a lot of people that think that we're
R.I.P.
Sox and Sandals.
It's confusing.
It is confusing when
We
it
did
rolls
this.
off the tongue, but it does. There is a middle initial there.
Sox and Sandals, Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram, Spotify, Bandcamp.